Hello, Ed, and everybody watching this video. Hello, my students in cell engraving class. This video will be a recording of this special artist business name seal or studio seal for a professional photographer and a calligraphy student. He has spent 25 years in Japan and married a Japanese lady. So this seal was translated considering both languages in Japanese and Chinese. But of course, in seal engraving art, we always use the traditional tensile or seal script on seals, different from the Fēnqí. They use the normal, handwriting style or print style for banking or post office use. So this kind of seal is called inkan in Japanese, or seal engraving art. Due to the consideration of the usage would be for photography art, so I try to make it very delicate. Let me show you of course, the first starts with this translation. We could translate it into two characters. To be more precise, we translated the term, the forking paths, into 4 words, 4 characters. So we have had to use a larger seal, 1-inch seal, stone, and because this is a very delicate design, I used a style called 9/4, but the 9/4 are primarily developed for bureaucratic seals in the Tang Song Dynasty or late imperial times. So they are primarily to fill in the blanks of a large space. For small space, we have to do the opposite, which means we have to reduce the curves to make it to fit. Okay, let me show you briefly what I have done. First of all, I created a computer-generated seal like this. This one you can get from an online tool. It's called 9/4. The interface in Chinese is not 9叠文篆 tool, 工具 as an online generator of a 9/4 seal. And so that's the one I initially got from the computer font. And then I reduced the border with an actually, borrowed from an ancient thin stroke, red stroke seal. And then I painstakingly added the words with the strokes with mouse, and also adjust those the structure, to make it adapt to the small space. If you compare the two, you'll see this is the one after. This is the original one. This one looks so busy, right? And it's practical to carve. It's more mechanical. So I try to make it with a little more breath space for negative space, not just even taking all the space equally. So I try to create some dense and sparse for breathing, for better qi flow, energy flow. So that's the design process. So I made some stem, like coupons, I call it, on a computer. We're using tonal print, a laser jet printer. And if you have watched my video earlier, you will notice this procedure I've been using to transfer computer design, which is proved by the client, onto the stone. But first of all, I need to remove the wax. So I just sand it out a little bit. Okay, and then I put this on. Try to match that. It should be a little bit smaller than the stone, ideally, so it gives me a little leeway to adjust. You can cut it off, and then just place on it with a thin glue or paste, maybe. I saw people do that, but I don't. I just keep trying. That's why I've got multiple copies here, just in case it didn't work the first time. I will do it again. So it becomes translucent. You can see through it. With the acetone, it's a nail polish. Ask the ladies at home; they will know it. Okay, evaporate in 10 seconds. So I just kind of rub it with my palm, and before it completely dry, I carefully lift. Well, it's not so crisp. The timing may be too late. I think it's too dry, so it comes back to the paper. Let me redo it. So sand it off. Erase this first attempt. And then maybe I should dust off those debris and make another one. Well, if you use a pen or brush to trace the design, mirror it by hand, then or transfer it with the traditional water and ink, it just takes more effort, So if you're familiar with computer, you should use this. Try this. If you don't have a laser jet, you can go to any copier, commercial copier, to make a copy in laser copier or printer of a design, and make multiple copies in case you need to repeat the process. And just okay, I lift it a little sooner. No, it's much better. Okay. Okay. By the way, we have just imported the same kind of brace vise from China at a very reasonable price for 185. You can get the same kind of tool like I'm using for years on this channel, because when I videotape it, it's good to help me stay focused, and also very handy to make turns. Yesterday someone suggested me to raise it with the box of this tool, so it comes higher, but it will be kind of messy here. Let me just put a piece of paper. Still got dust on this. Let's put this on, and then this. Oh, it's pretty high. I have to raise my chair. So now you can see better than me. I have to double my glasses. Anybody watching there? We got 5 people currently. Hello everybody. Okay, this new cutting tool, a knife, is also available at a very reasonable price, less than $20, I think. It's imported for my class, my seal engraving class. And if you're interested, you can still join. Just go to our website, check the class and the workshop section, and go for summer calligraphy and the seal engraving class, because we have a joint class together with my wife Victoria. She's calligraphy teacher, and I teach people how to carve the seals. The result is pretty amazing. If you cannot carve, at least you can design. You know, I also can carry out the cutting for you if the complexity of the design is not practical for you, or for some physical reasons you cannot carve yourself. I can do the cutting for you too. So considering learning, you can buy all the tools, the stones. We also have some practice stone at a very fair price. And you have to buy this Qingtian stone. This stone is not too soft like those sandstones you may find, in white color. Usually they are too soft. They just like a sand. It's easy to collapse. Easy to cut, easy to collapse. So you have to use this kind of stone. We have name after the place, the originate place, called Qingtian, the green field. Okay, the color of the stone is also like light green. That might be also make sense. Green field. Okay, so this is 9 folds. It's very straight lines. So we can do in 2 cuts on both sides, or I usually start from the center of 2 stroke and then broaden that. So let's do the border first. if there's a very tricky area you're not sure, you're not confident, usually I would do that part, like the eye of a worm in the birds, in the worm and the birds style. Little circles in or little circle here, the square. You can do those parts first, just to make sure you got those done, so you become more confident to continue. So let's do this first. The knife is held at a slant position, so there's my left side or right side. Left side is what you see on top. The right side is against the stroke, the smooth side. The coarse side is smooth side, and on the corner you need to leave a little bit space for like a fuse. You cannot cut deep at the corner. So carefully cut along the edge, but also considering the other side, because we don't have much space between strokes. You cannot cut deep if the space is very narrow. You can cut deep when the space is wide. Go slow, it's fast. Otherwise you have to redo it right away. So I cut around this square. The chance you cut your finger is very slim, especially with this tool, but you have to get used to the tools. You can hold, many people just cut without the clamp, just hold it on your left hand. So I stopped before the corner. Hopefully it didn't touch that. Just make sure it's not going through. Okay. And then let me just do the center part. And you can cut a hole in the middle right away. Because I'm using only the corner of this knife, so I never use the sharp tools you may get from a set like this to cut, because this one does not have like a nail. It's for metal cutting. We're using a hammer, because it doesn't give you the directions, the grip like this. You hold the knife with 3 fingers like a pencil, and then this ring finger must put against the side of the stone, and your left hand also hold the stone. Even I have the clamp, right, to control the direction of the cut. So let's do this. And you can push, or you can just cut like this, change the angle. This is like a pressing. Start from the corner and then raise the handle. That's one way to do it. Just cut directly down like that. Instead of pushing, it's a little bit it's more straight, under control. You can also just push with the corner. So then you clean up the center with the corner. Be careful with the body of the knife may touch the stone. The stone is very fragile. So just scratch instead of you cannot really do the scooping in this small area with this flat, not flat side. You can just like a circle from the center. The deep point is in the center. You can do like something like this. Just turn the stone around. I normally don't blow. You can use a brush, but the best is just use your finger to put the debris back to the cut, so you can see the cut better. Some people dye the stone with a red marking pen for videotaping. I think you don't have to do that, but it might help to show the white cut better if you have a red marker. Okay, so let's just finish this part. So I carefully avoid the corner. You can leave a little round space and then cut along the line. Enjoy the process. It's like meditation. Control your breath and relax. Use your shoulder if you feel the stone is too hard, but this stone is really soft, and the new knife is super sharp. Almost feel like cutting the sandy stones. You won't hear this chipping sound normally. I got from other larger knife. Okay, just go slow. Another way I do it is to cut a ditch in the center of two strokes. Separate the two, and then you broaden that. From both directions. I think that's my own approach. That's most safe approach for higher successful rate. So I just do this maybe. Instead of cutting the stroke right away, I tuck in first. Just cut the background first, and then gradually get close to the I've seen people cutting all around the line and then do the background. It all depends on your working habit. In the past, this kind of seal are done by craftsmen. They have specialized in this kind of on bronze actually. This style are very hard on stones. So in case of some professional seal engraving artists, 18th century or 19th century, they have a exception. They either charge double price or they don't do it because the physical site not suitable or just too much work. So if you ask me to do this style from the beginning, I would refuse it. And because I just taught this class, I'm in the mood of doing this as example, teaching example to show how challenging it is. Maybe discourage of some of my students to do this themselves, because the computer can easily generate the seal digitally, but to cut it on stone is another story. You can have some online printing shop to do it because they use wood or plastic material. It works well with laser. However, with the rock, the laser gun will not work. It will make it explode because the temperature to melt the rock is too high. Because the rock are formed in the very early days of the Earth, like a volcano, high temperature activities. So it's super high temperature than those plastic, wood, or horns or other bone kind of materials. So so that's why I think even in the time of 3D print and with the artificial intelligence design, you cannot do it on the stone. So this crafts will last. So if you're interested to learn this 1,000-year, actually almost 4,000-year history, I have a ongoing class, and I've posted some handouts in my blogger post. You can see the content. I go through an overview of different styles, different historical styles and artistic styles in both practical seal phase and artistic development throughout the history of Chinese art. Seal engraving is a sister art of calligraphy. Together, the brush calligraphy and cutting stone seal engraving art are the highest form of visual art in Eastern art tradition, which is absent in Western art, but have a strong influence in all modern art, because the calligraphy emphasizes on the abstract beauty of line, quality, and rhythm of strokes. It's like a classical music. The only achievement, the highest achievement in Western art is the audible art. So art is all about our senses, primarily the eye and the ear. So to please the ear, the highest level of art is music. Music is also the base for dance, for opera, for our art related to healing, right? Including storytelling, literature, poetry. So, but for visual art, it's like visual music, we call it. We also talks about rhythm, talking about movement in calligraphy. And calligraphy is the purest. That's why it's the highest level of art form. And you can, if you want to become a good painter, you must learn calligraphy strokes. We call it calligraphy strokes. Not only strokes, the composition, other elements is all relevant to other visual art, including architecture, including crafts like this. This is a crafts, right? Crafts and architecture is it's not totally free like a calligraphy. We are limited to materials. So that's why there's some styles we adhere for 1,000 years, like not only just because the beauty of the seal script, also because the practical reasons, that it's much easier to cut than cursive style. I did a cursive style yesterday. Probably I will release that to show you, because one of my our student learned cursive style calligraphy from Victoria's class, and she designed a seal with grass style or raining style, cursive style character. And she of course she cannot do it, right? So I took the challenge. I did it in yesterday's class. It was quite amazing. And I'm not the first person who do this. Of course, in the Yuan dynasty, the foreign nomads, they don't read Chinese characters. They become government officials. They need to use seals, so they just draw something like a signature mark, like how you do your signature is not unreadable, mark, and then have someone to cut it. So that's the beginning of grass style seal, I think. A grass style in calligraphy is the first script in pure art. Calligraphy is for recording the language, right? Has a practical reason. It has to be readable, easy to read, easy to write, easy to learn. However, grass style, just like seal script, is a pure form of art from the beginning. It's not developed to please, to suit the practical use, to take notes, for example. You cannot, because it takes more time to learn how to write, how to recognize it. Nobody can recognize it, actually. So there are other ways to take in class notes than grass style calligraphy. Grass style calligraphy is like a seal script. It's a pure form of art for pleasing the eyes, for pleasure, for leisure, as a hobby. Speaking of hobby, the artist in China is totally different from Renaissance or other cultures. They have highest status in the society. In the Tang Dynasty, for example, if your calligraphy is good, you'll be granted a post in the government office to be a general. So General Wang, General Yan, General Zhang, they are generals. Okay, they're generals. They're military generals. They are not samurais. I was asked if are they samurais. Samurais are wandering warrior in Japan, which is a totally different social structure. It's feudalism. Chinese society is highly centralized. All the resources are held in the central government. So they designed a civil service examination system to recruit officials to staff the office. And the examination is based on poetry, painting, and calligraphy in the Song Dynasty. Believe it or not. That's why the the art is not for sale. It reflects your education, your intelligence. It's yeah, starting from Confucius, right? The music and calligraphy, fans. This kind of arts are called it 6 arts. Yeah, that's the part of self development in humanity and education, you know, gentlemanship. We call it gentleman, yeah, or shi, or literati. So they are different. They are scholar officials. If they are successful in passing the examination system, they will got the government position and with high income salary. They also are, so they were investing in land. So they are rooted in land. It's called gentry in the countryside. If they are not, if they're just, you know, student or aspire to pass the examination, they are from the landed gentry family. So literati are the main cultural class that, you know, in China to produce the highest form of art to please themselves primarily. And they are appreciated among them, the peers. So all this kind of aesthetics cannot be understood by common people. If you do not do it, how can you appreciate the stroke of how do you recognize that quality of line if you don't write it? Because in the Tang Dynasty, the calligraphy is a basic skill. So just like today we learn math in schools, and if you can become #1 in math, everybody admire you. Same thing in the ancient China, we don't study math. By the way, in Cultural Revolution, it's totally changed. They abandoned the examination system, which has been lasted for 1,000 years, and they adopted a recommendation system. So everybody starts art again. Like when I was in school, everybody studied art, dancing, singing, music instruments, painting, like I did, because to avoid, you know, become a labor, a worker in the manufacturer or peasant in the countryside, you can join the propaganda team, we call it. Art is for legitimation purpose in any country. I think just like yeah, art usually has political legitimation functions. That's why government sponsored, right? Besides the personal hobby, if you want to be recognized, you have to, you know, to please the government, not just the emperor. Well, if you're interested in this kind of historical development, and you can join our class and get a recording for the lessons I've been teaching. Okay, I will put a link later in the chat, or in the, yeah, just visit our website. It's easy to find. the summer calligraphy seal engraving class is halfway now. You get a free initial seal for each student. I cut English initial seals in the class, so you don't have to use Chinese names to cut your seals if you prefer. I think everybody should have one, for their Western painting or for display in shows in this country. You can use your English initials to do. And if you check my other videos recently done for Ron, it's same style, but it says Ron, R-O-N, in 9-fold style. Check the video I did 2 weeks ago, I think. Another closed shape here, very subtle. To start from the middle and cut. And gradually expand that. And just round up the corner. There's another one. So this character means road. Loop is the most challenging one. It has a lot of closed space. Okay, here I can see a mirror image. Image on the left is the final result, expected result. The one on the corner here, it's not in the view. You can see the mirror. Okay, there's a little checking there. That's inevitable sometimes. Be a little more careful. But sometimes the imperfection is part of the beauty. We even intended to make some lesson fun lines, because if it's perfect, it looks like a natural thing. It's not old, not antiquarian. So in Japanese, they call it wabi-sabi. If you know that term, even the line is not supposed to be too thick. Okay, thanks, Thomas. Design is based on computer font, but try to make it more organic. Here. Just like you can use artificial intelligence to help you create, but help, you know, but not to replace the judgment. It's the thing. You cannot ask the machine to judge the feelings. Kind of continuity flow is not easy to digitalize. The idea continues with absence of stroke. This curve of fun to separate, to divide. line curve style to fill in the space with even space. Extend the stroke. Like a belt, dancing belt, like a scarf, what do you call this? touch the other side. Gosh. So that's how fragile this is. Okay. Wabi-sabi comes to play. I was expecting that. Because this kind of seal, you know, I can show you the early literary seals by Mi Fu, a famous song scholar. He did his own seal in this style, and many people, many critics say, yeah, it looks, you know, imperfect. Looks like his work, right? It's not easy to do this style, and because his aesthetic principle is to make the stroke as thin as possible, not as full as possible, as complete as possible, guys. Make sure this is still readable, you know, but not too thick, so it will interfere with the calligraphy, or in this case, the artist photography. So I took the risk and the trouble, all the effort, try to make it a thing, not to make it perfect. Okay, it will be readable for sure. If I miss too much strokes or something like that, but I can, yeah, I can justify that for the main practical reason. The style has to be more wabi-sabi, more incomplete, more imperfect, but in a sense more beautiful to be part of a, just like art of photography. I guess you cannot make it perfect like a painting, right? You can always go back or add touch, you know, with Photoshop, but it has that kind of originality as well that justifies the imperfections. Just the problem is we have to make all the other strokes to match that style. So we create a perfect anti-current seal. For example, I'm going to chip here, right here. So the edge is chipped. How come your stroke is perfect? You know, people, because the impact of time will leave marks on our strokes. So we want to make, now the next is to make them look natural, naturally aged, or naturally old, antiquarian, vintage. Imperfect. Okay, but harmonized. And as an authenticity mark, we usually just randomly chip some strokes of the border to make it hard to duplicate. They become aesthetic, that we expect to see broken strokes or edges as part of the beauty, because the other day I just saw some rubbings of a hand brick inscription, and my college classmate is a scholar in seal art and a professor in the history of Chinese language art, calligraphy, and all kind of art related to language. And he praised for the those half characters still readable. He will not try to repair that, but as long as you can read the content and serve the purposes within language, it's okay. Let's just make I wish there would be more chipping. You see in Japanese seal script, there's one seal script that has some broken lines, broken strokes in the design, the font itself. The challenge is to make them look old, not just shaping brush, make it coarse, make it lots of fun. I will have lots of fun there, so this one is too full. The first one I did need to make it a little bit. That's perfect. One thing we could do, just break this middle. Make it very thin. If we work on the thinness, people will forgive us for the imperfections. If you think, if the stroke's too thick, they think, oh, you shouldn't miss that. If the stroke's so like fine as silk, the German psychologist Gestalt says, the missing part is automatically fixed in the viewer's mind. That's why we purposely leave these broken lines. They cannot be complete as a mechanical font. We must make them a little choppy, a little incomplete. So to speak. So the people will see more in the totality, holistic way. When you have missing lines in the poem, you see the images between lines, between words. The same thing. You need to create those space. stroke with more, I mean character with more strokes must be thinner. Otherwise they will be too heavy. just randomly break some other lines, just make the whole thing more unified, because it cannot be so mechanical and only break in one place. You just let it go. Use that. Okay. That's the first chicken, so this one. Oops, I think I missed another one. This, because, yeah, I think the stone is so fragile because I think it's unthinkable. Because I try to cut deeper, and then the strokes become very delicate. It's like a high wall, you know, with a very thin wall. It's easy to just collapse. Okay, so when you stamp, you want to be very gentle, not just pound like the rubber stamp. Be very gentle. And don't use a paper towel to clean it if needed. Just use a very soft tissue. You may use just a soft toothbrush to clean it if needed. Soft facial tissue to gently rub it, because these are like a pixel based. It could be, you know, the life of the seal. Actually, I have seals that keeps creating itself. Some part will be missing over the years of use, and that's natural one. It's, you know, in the beginning we make it look like a 1,000-year-old seal. So if some strokes are missing, that's okay. Incidentally, yesterday I got a contact from another artist who tried to help repair work I've done 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago, on a fiberglass sculpture elephant for the elephant parade. It was a charity, you know, like an auction, and this family bought and put it in the backyard. This over 10 years. Looks are, you know, color or changed, and they chip it off. So they want to repair that. I told them just do it again. And you know, it's just part of aging. You cannot really restore an aged Greek sculpture, right? It's outdoor. It's part of the, and the missing part is still in your memory. I hope, you know. So I will not try to repair that. I can redo it, a brand new one, a different one, reflect my current artist level. But history is part of history. You cannot really go back. So I encourage the artist who creates himself another, maybe same composition or more elaborated style or Western style. It's a cherry blossom or apricot flower, called 100 flowers. You can search in my channel. And I have done a sister one called the 100, actually cherry blossom for a Japanese American couple. So Sume is our Japanese art. Appreciate that kind of wabi-sabi imperfection, beauty, impermanent beauty of things in their tea ceremony utensils, in their calligraphy, and other crafts. I also know another term when I study Japanese called jiwi, diwi, earthly text. Jimmy, earthen, yeah. Just come from the ground, buried with the soil. So that kind of feel I was trying to get. So I think it will work without with some happy accidents. Now I probably want to make more shipping. I hope it happens. That's the problem. When you try to do it deliberately, it might not happen. All I can do is stain it. We're almost there. Almost there. Thanks for everybody for following me on this project and other projects. And if you search on my channel, you'll find over, if not 1,000, over 900 maybe such seals I've done. Just try to keep every stroke low profile, not stand out, just as part of the whole, not show off any individual strokes. Let's make another chicken here. Just want to make this seal less intrusive. The border is also kind of open. It should be very fine, not separate from the photograph underneath it. Not isolate from the photography. It's not a boundary. It should be There's some openness. Delicate edge. Okay. And the corners roll up. Another challenge is this paste. I'm going to use the water-based permanent archival ink pad I have. Also, to see how it looks. Okay, let's clean it up. Here's my toothbrush. Maybe I just rinse it. I'll be back soon. Just wash it. Dry it with a tissue. I just like a blotting, not really rubbing, because the pixels very delicate. Okay. Okay. Here's the ink someone recommended by another artist in another client. So I'm going to try this one on this. And put a rubber pad. Because the seal is hard, we need to put a rubber under it. And this is for the rubber stand usually. We have a good quality one too. It's a Shiniku ink. You can also try that one. So just see how it looks. I'm also curious. Oh, it's so light. Because I try to let me see, the light one didn't work out. You can see the Western stamp, I call it, ink pad may not work as good as the traditional one, but if you want to just add a authenticity marker on the picture, it's gonna work. Let's do another one. Because this one I repeated, it looks blurry. Yeah, I kind of like that that chipping stroke. It's okay, I think. I just need to even out some strokes. It's called fine tuning. Well, this one's too thick. We need to broaden that. Keep the strokes separated. It's kind of hard to see. I don't have to see with my mind eye. Just so a lot of verticals are too thick for some reason. Because I was thinking that there was a structure that's like those decorative folds. Okay. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to use traditional ink. Traditional ink. Okay, satisfied. Add a little bit on the corner. Just lower the corner on this side. Here. Yeah, no, I like that kind of bronze seal feeling, you know, with a fusing, with some chip erosion, more wabi-sabi. Wabi-sabi is the taste. Okay. Just want to, you know, some sharp points off. It's okay. There's possibly another seal, same design, but on a half-inch stone, but it will be only possible with negative carving on the white strokes. Let's see, that will work. After showing this one to our client. Make some more imprints and adjustment if needed. There's a 1-inch stamp. Each imprint could be vary a little bit. Try one more time. This is what we need to do. We use a stirrer like this. We sell this on our online store too. To occasionally make it reshape the dough. Like that. Load each corner. You can, if you compare to the mechanical font, you can feel, the anti-current taste or wabi-sabi of this result. Right. Okay, I'm going to make a collection here. Before that, I will do my signature on the side here for orientation. Okay, my signature on the left side. And here are some of the recent works that I've done for our class. This is the initial seal for Sei, Ron, the year of dragon seal. Here's another one. Ron did this one. It's designed. I carved it, and also I carved it based on the initial seal of Kathy, a small one. And I did this one yesterday in the class with the grass style I mentioned. Yesterday I've been very pushed the limit of seal engraving art. With this nine fold system seal, usually used in official stamps on large stones or bronze or jade, like the emperor's seals. We can also manage like one character or a letter with this. I found this very easy to suit, like this one, R-O-N in English. So if you're interested in your initial seal in this style with 2 or 3 characters or 4 characters, it could be done. Contact me. Okay, that's the finished seal for this 4 king pass image seal logo, kind of logo seal. I'll make a few more to go with the box that comes with the stone. And the photograph paper will be matte finish. So this is a little glossy, like cardstock. Okay. I do think for best result to just use the traditional ink. They are oil-based paste. It gives more body to stem. I blow a little moisture from my mouth to reduce the grain. And you can press less, the line will be finer. And make sure it's smooth, not fussy. Here. Don't press too hard. Gently tap. I think I already touched too much. The fibers stick into it. You just tapping very gently on the ink paste. Okay, that's the best I can. Thanks, Ed, for your commissioning. I trust in my artistry. Thank your teacher for recommending me and other students in his class. And thank everybody following me on YouTube. See you soon. Next project.